afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this 25th anniversary Sedona International Film Festival. We're on our last day and winding down here, but we want to thank our sponsors, Digitech, Black Magic Design, and the Sedona Rouge for the media room this year. We're so thankful. And I have two more brilliant filmmakers who have a win underneath their belt already. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Allison Mattox. I'm the writer-director of Echappe.
And I'm Beth Napoli. I'm the cinematographer from Echappe.
And I'm just going to throw it out there right off the top. What does Echappe mean?
Echappe is a step in ballet that also means escape in French. So the film is actually mostly in Russian, and so, but the title is French, and all of ballet is in French.
Correct.
Yeah.
That I did know. Actually, I actually got that one. Well, let's watch the trailer, and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Скоро ты будешь валютной балериной, как твой брат.
Папа мне однажды сказал, что если у меня будет возможность уехать...
Ты так поступишь с мамой?
Hi, so glad you made it.
Твоя сестра Вера.
Я смотрю, ты на английском работал.
Я пообещал Москве привезти тебя обратно. Мы разоблачили его план.
You should have been here over an hour ago. When is the max time you'll have to make a second hit?
Ты Николая не видел?
I love it. And I did watch this one, and it's really beautiful. It tells a great story, and this was the era that I grew up, so it really made sense to me. Tell me about this process. It's so beautifully shot.
I mean, Allison brought me on, and I started doing research. She gave me some films to watch. One of them was The Lives of Others, which was like a really big inspiration. And we started looking at locations. I was in LA. She was sending me pictures from New York. And yeah, I just like immersed myself in that world. I mean, as soon as she said like Russian ballet period piece, I was like, I'm sold. So, and I just love the story. Like, I love the characters, and that's usually what attracts me to a project. But yeah, I love shooting in New York too. Like, the locations are just to die for, and we got really lucky with some locations. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And real dancers, obviously. How did you cast this?
We worked with a casting director, Lois Drapkin, and so actually the American actors it was so funny. We were like trying to get dancers, and their schedules are so crazy, and we found two dancers that had like just retired from their companies but were sort of freelancing because the retirement age is quite young, or for dance. And so Abigail Simon had danced with the Joffrey Ballet in Chicago, and Martin Harvey is from the Royal Ballet in London, and so they were like very excited to do it, jumped in, had both had some acting experience. For the Russians, I think in a perfect world, I was like, I'm just gonna find the one Russian ballerina who can act. And when we held auditions, I was really like, this is a story, I need to really tell the story. And so we actually cast our actors and used body doubles for their dance sequences, which I was nervous about, but Beth was not as nervous about, and I was like, I trust you entirely. That's why you're here, and so so that's how we kind of were able to work with that.
Well, I think you've done a really great job. Is there is there a future for this? I mean, are you going to turn it into a full length?
Yes,
because it definitely has a story.
Yeah, there is a full length script and it's all inspired by the history of this era of these real dancers who defected, Mikhail Baryshnikov and Natalia Makarova and Rudolf Nureyev and others who were just very oppressed in their current situations in Russia. And so much of it, what really drew me to it was that it was such an artistic oppression. They were really controlled about what types of ballets they could do. They were really, forced to do certain things to represent the state. And so the ballets were all the classics, or they were, we're going to do a ballet about the space race or about like our great water program or something. And meanwhile, you have George Balanchine in New York City Ballet starting to like play with kind of more avant-garde things and take the story out of ballet and just focus on the movement. And when these dancers were often interviewed about why they would ultimately defect, they were truly like, you know, it's to dance. It's, I want to dance more. I want to do this. And so that was more interesting to me than having it be like, oh, there's more money, there's other things. And that's all wound up in it. But that kind of like artistic sense was really what drew me to it. And so after, I actually conceived it as a short, but got really into a lot of the research and fell in love with the story so much. And so there is a feature script that's written that we are continuing to develop and seek financing for. And so hopefully this will have some legs and continue on.
Well, you've won a Director's Choice Award. How could it not have legs? How does that feel?
It feels great. We just learned, so
Yeah.
we're very surprised and very
Yeah.
happy. Yeah, it's great.
Excited for extra screening too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you weren't here for the first screening. It was a full house from what I heard.
That's great.
You have another screening this evening.
Mhm.
How's the film festival here in Sedona been for both of you?
It's wonderful. I mean, it's a great community here, and a lot of people really know their films, really verse.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope to come back again. So.
Well,
Yeah.
we would like to have you back again.
Yeah.
Please submit another film. It would be
We
great.
will. This has been fantastic. It's a
Yeah,
great
and this is a
festival.
great place to come and collaborate, and we talk a lot about the collaboration
Mhm.
here, and so you never know who you might run into that want to
Definitely.
finance a long narrative about this story. We're really great to have you here. Really wonderful to see that this movie won, because I really enjoyed it. It did keep me awake, and I watched the whole thing, which isn't a long film, but it was very suspenseful.
Mhm.
With a great twist. So thanks so much. We hope that you will be back.
Great. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The hashtag this year is hashtag Sedona Film Fest 25 if you want to keep up with everything that's going on at the Sedona International Film Festival. Stay tuned. We'll have another filmmaker in the seat right after this.